What happens when a thief's plan turns into a living nightmare? You get some of the most insane stories of criminals getting way more than they bargained for.
Man. Give me all your money, man.
Man, I don't...
Give me everything you got. Give me that.
From high-stakes heists gone horribly wrong to unexpected run-ins with authorities, these videos will leave you on the edge of your seats. So, get ready as I'm about to reveal real thieves who walked into their worst nightmare. Number 1. Cat thief caught in the act. This guy even had all his stools and stuff, and if I'm being honest, I would have walked past him without even knowing what's going on. So, in case you haven't either, this guy isn't a mechanic or anything. Nor is he working on his own car. He's actually a thief who steals catalytic converters for a living, and trust me, it's a really lucrative trade. But the police know exactly what he's up to, and as they start questioning him, this thief starts rambling about how it's his friend's car. Why don't you ring up your friend then, bud? Oh, and the most outrageous part, when he figured he's about to get arrested, he started preaching verses from the Bible. Nice try, but it ain't gonna work. Number 2, please steal a little more. Even though both these girls are putting on quite the show with all the waterworks, they're actually the thieves. And after getting caught stealing more than $1,000 worth of products from Sephora, they're about to come face to face with their worst nightmare: jail. Believe it or not, the store management were onto them from the moment they stole the first product. But since they wanted to book both of these dumb thieves, they decided to let them steal, and even told employees to give them space. Damn. Imagine getting outdone by the Sephora management. Have fun in jail. Number 3, break-in attempt gone wrong. These two burglars messed with the wrong homeowner as they attempted to break in pretending to be health workers. The brave homeowner spoiled the potential home invasion by taking both of them on in a deadly fight for control. You can see how it's turned into a brawl as the homeowner smashes up one of the thieves, and that other dumb criminal you see running away, well, he got shot and ended up losing his life. Some people just have to learn it the hard way. Number 4, never mess with spring breakers. These two thieves messed with the wrong group of kids. I bet they thought it was going to be an easy day at the office. But we have ourselves some brave spring breakers here who took these criminals head on, giving them the beating of a lifetime. And while it does look like they have things under control, there is a moment of panic when a gun is brought into the mix. But these spring breakers refuse to give in and continue fighting them, eventually snatching the gun as well. And to be honest, the final moment has to be the most satisfying one when we see these kids all charged up rushing the dumb criminals. Did you know one of the thieves actually asked for his gun back? What a loser. Number 5. Crazy encounter. This wanted criminal makes a dash for it after getting pulled over at a gas station. The officer chasing him down shoots his taser at the thief, but it clearly isn't his first rodeo. From the looks of it, he's probably been tased several times considering how he just gets up and continues on, running like nothing even happened. That's when we see a Samaritan behind the wheel of this red trunk ram the thief, sending him packing towards the floor. Now here's where things get serious. This cop has crazy reactions as he unloads his weapon at the criminal after he tries pulling out a revolver. Number 6. Too many movies. This is what watching too many movies does to you. These thieves tried robbing a moving truck exactly like how you see in the movies. Just as he climbs onto the truck, he sees his partner fall super bad after a tiny collision with the truck. This robbery is not going as planned, and it's hilarious how he just eliminates himself at the end because ain't no way he's pulling this off alone. Number 7. Can't take the heat. This is where things get intense, folks. It's like a mission from GTA 5. The police aren't holding back at all. They're firing at this criminal as he speeds down the highway. And the scariest part? The thief is armed too, making the whole chase even more dangerous. When he figures out there's no way to get out of this, he decides to raise the white flag. That's when we see him stick his rifle out the window and eventually drop it as he pulls up to a toll. The police move in fast and take him into custody. But wow, that was some insane footage. I'm glad no one got hurt. Number 8. AirTag saves the day. Either these thieves live under a rock or they're just too dumb to know what an AirTag is. They stole a backpack from a kid, but unfortunately for them, the victim had an AirTag placed inside it. It was easy work as the police tracked these stupid criminals, landing straight outside their front door. You can see both of them just sitting on the porch wondering how they got into this mess in the first place. I mean, it's 2024. Everyone knows what an AirTag looks like. And the worst part is how her brother just sat there all confused. Word is she stole the bag and dumped it at her brother's house. Must be difficult having her as your sibling. Number 9. Right place at the right time. The fast food table has turned guys. This robber holding up a restaurant got shot at through the drive-thru window. It turns out someone was ordering food at the same time this dude was robbing the store. And instead of just waiting around, he decided to take a shot. I mean, the guy in the drive-thru has sick aim, but that was a tight shot. And the fact that he still hit the criminal is outstanding. Police later found the suspect fighting for his life not so far from the restaurant. Number 10. Dreaming big. Screw hard work, right? Why should you have to work for things you want when you could just steal money? That's certainly what this employee thought after getting caught while trying to bag 25 grand. Yape! You heard that right. This outrageous thief tried stealing $25,000 from work, all to purchase a Gucci bag and a new ride. And this girl isn't your ordinary thief or anything. No, sir. She's accomplished, as she confessed to several crimes prior to getting busted for this one. But yeah, she can kiss goodbye to that Gucci purse and car. Number 11. Walked right into it. This one is truly pathetic. These guys came in thinking they'd walk away with a bag full of phones, but all they got was a fat jail sentence. And look at this guy covering his face. Buddy, we can see your entire face. I mean, at least do something right. Anyway, their biggest mistake is leaving the employee unattended who runs out the back door and pulls down the shutters. Watching these thieves panic is super satisfying.
The assailant senses Tommy is looking for a way out.
You run, I'll kill you.
But Tommy flees through the back door of the cell phone shop. He finds the back door of a neighboring travel agency open and escapes.
They're literally begging people outside to let them out. And while they did manage to get out, they were both later identified and thrown in jail for their miserable attempt at robbing this store. Number 12. Worst robbery attempt ever. This clip tops the list for the worst robbery attempt ever. You can see the thief sitting in the back seat, trying to rob this man. But if you take a closer look, you can actually see the police right behind them. And it's possible the police didn't spot what's going on at first either because of the delayed response. But when they finally notice what's going on, an officer steps out and rushes to the cab, apprehending this dumb criminal and saving the day. I can't even imagine what the driver must have felt, though. Watching an officer walk up to the car from the side mirror must have been the most relieving moment he'd ever felt. Number 13. Interrupted by a customer. Imagine sitting at a restaurant when an armed robber pulls up and demands all your valuables. What would you do? I sure as heck would just listen and hand everything over. But not this guy over here. As soon as he spots the robber, he has an elaborate plan to take him down. At first, he pretends to be harmless as takes out all of his belongings and hands it over to the criminal. But once this robber turns back towards the man, he pulls out a pistol and shoots him down. And what's crazy is how he empties out his pockets and tells everyone to come get their money and things. Believe it or not, the police are actually on the lookout for this heroic shooter now. They don't want to press charges or anything, but they do want his side of the story. My guess is this heroic shooter will never turn himself in, even for just an investigation. Number 14. Cop couple saves this day. This low-life thief came into this fast food looking for some quick cash, but all he got was a nice warm welcome by some off-duty cops. These cops were enjoying their meal when they noticed this robber hold up the cashier. And that's when they got to work. I mean, just look at the insane level of coordination and how they take the dude out. Several shots were fired, with some hitting the criminal as well. Plus, I'm just trying to understand how bad this thief's luck must be. The restaurant had a total of 4 people inside, including him, out of which 2 were cops. That's just karma messing around. Number 15. Keep your doors locked. These would-be carjackers definitely picked the wrong car to mess with. An off-duty cop was behind the wheel, and things escalated fast. He remains calm at first, but as soon as he steps out, you can see him start unloading his weapons at these car thieves. The guy in the driver's seat gets hit several times, while the other criminal manages to get away while returning fire. And even though the off-duty officer won this exchange, this is a prime example of why you should keep your doors locked. If it had been a regular civilian, that car would have been gone in seconds. Number 16. Carjacking gone wrong. Then we have an officer unloading his weapon at a stolen car right in the middle of the highway. Word is, when the cops finally trapped this thief on the highway, he stepped out and started firing at officers. And in this sort of situation, it's important to eliminate the threat. This body cam footage is intense as we can see the officer hit his target several times. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? And this guy definitely picked the wrong day to steal a car. Number 17. A whole new level of petty. This is a whole new level of petty, folks. Hiding goods inside a baby car seat. And if you ask me, the biggest crime here isn't even stealing. It's the fact that this couple has a kid, and I mean, how would Junior feel if he found out his parents were using his seat to steal things from a convenience store? And the baby is clearly the smartest of the lot. He's actually using his right and staying silent, unlike these 2 dumb thieves who keep blabbering nonsense. Number 18. Nowhere to go. If only it was this easy, right? Just walk in, grab some phones, and run off like nothing ever happened. Or you can get trapped like this fool here who failed to realize the concept of automated doors. As soon as he tries to dash out, the shopkeeper hits a switch that locks him inside. And the reason why he did it is even more hilarious. His friends put him up to it, and this thief claims they're waiting for him outside right now as well. Number 19. Unexpected run-in. Everyone loves Costco. Low prices, yummy food, it's a good vibe. And all these cops you see gathered outside the neighborhood Costco, well, they're there to prevent a robbery. Watch as these dumb criminals walk right into their trap carrying all sorts of stolen goods like TVs and other electronics. This has to be the bust of a century. I mean, how dumb do you have to be to think this was going to work? Watching the smile wiped off their faces is just hilarious. Number 20. Robbing an Ulta store. What did these robbers expect to find at an Ulta store?
When thieves showed up to steal from a cosmetic store in Pennsylvania, police were waiting for them.
The most they could do is resell whatever they stole at discounted rates. Not like you're going to find gold inside or anything, but their stakeout has gone sideways as the police cover every exit. And that's when these fools panic and try running past the officers. While it appears one of them has gotten away, don't worry. An officer tackled him like the most seasoned quarterback in the entire country. And as for the other, well, you can see just how stupid he looks trying to escape past 3 officers. Number 21. Again, lock your doors. I can't stress this enough, people. Keep your doors locked, especially when there is a little baby inside. This parent got lucky. The carjacker's worst nightmare here was the baby inside the vehicle.
Hey! Hey!
Thankfully, he had a conscience and abandoned the job, running back to his getaway ride. But as for the dad here, he needs to do a better job and lock the car, and I'm not siding with the criminal here or anything. By all means, I think he deserves to be sentenced for life. Number 22. Worst getaway ride ever. Robbing people in broad daylight on a bicycle? What could possibly go wrong? I mean, apart from the fact that the cops could take him in seconds, nothing. The robbery ends even quicker than it starts after a police van pulls up, with the officer slamming his door into this thief and throwing him off his bike. That's a legendary police officer right there, stopping a crime just with his door. Number 23. Every thief's worst nightmare. Imagine being a thief and living in a city where the police aren't your worst nightmare. It's actually a badass civilian who's prepared to dropkick thieves in midair. This robber thought this would be the easiest grab of his life after finding an unattended truck. Little did he know he'd just been spotted by someone with some serious Bruce Lee vibes. With a leap that defied gravity, this brave civilian launched himself several feet into the air, delivering a perfectly timed dropkick that sent the thief flying off his bike. Oh, and did you notice how he did all that with a cigarette in his mouth? What a badass. Number 24. Unapologetic homeowners. These thieves are in for the surprise of their life. They're trying to snatch off the side mirrors from this vehicle, but they've already been caught. As soon as they try to speed off, we see a brave homeowner run out and push the thief off his bike. Another man also comes running out and apprehends the other criminal as well. And while there's not a lot of action in this clip, this footage is from Pakistan. And if there's one thing I can tell you about robbers in Pakistan, it's that justice is delivered well before they reach the police station. I'm sure you can imagine the beating these robbers got after getting dragged inside the house. Number 25. Intense shootout. This homeowner deserves a medal. He positioned himself perfectly as he waited for these intruders to step inside. You can even see him from the window taking cover as he waits for the expected visitors. Then it happens. Flashes of light burst inside the home as the intruders are taken down one by one. It's hard to imagine what must have been running through the homeowner's mind in that moment. Rumor has it this guy's still a living nightmare for burglars in the neighborhood. Number 26. Another clip straight out of Punjab, Pakistan. Remember how I was telling you about justice being delivered before robbers and thieves are even brought to the police station? Just have a look at this clip. They locate and catch the thief, who unfortunately happens to be right in front of their vehicle. An officer comes running and slaps the thief several times before grabbing him by the hair and pushing him into the truck. They also catch a second one a little ahead, and he's dragged to the car in a similar fashion. That's what I call swift justice right there, folks. Number 27. Uno reverse. Out of all the shops this guy could rob, he chose the worst one. In his mind, it's a simple job. Flash his gun around and get all the money. But this shopkeeper is an actual cowboy as he Uno reverses the thief, pulling out his weapon and pointing it right in his face. The robber was probably like, "Right, understandable, have a nice day." And honestly, if you ask me, this guy is seriously lucky he didn't get shot right in the face. Number 28. Caught on the job. A typical workday could not get any more embarrassing. This employee got busted stealing thousands right on the job. And the best part is how the management didn't confront her right away. They waited several weeks and allowed her to steal a sizable sum so they could later book her. And even though she seems all sad and regretful, that definitely wasn't the case when she was stuffing all those notes in her pockets. Plus, don't these workers know they're being watched? Thinking you could actually get away with stealing money from the company is crazy. Number 29. Identity theft is not a joke. I'm about to make a sick Office reference, guys. Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. Damn right. And this woman learned that the hard way after impersonating another person at the bank in order to cash out a huge check. Little did she know the cops were on her tail all along. They received a call from the bank stating they had a suspect. And we can see the identity thief looking all bummed out after getting caught. The cops waste no time, cuffing her up and throwing her into the back of their vehicle. But to be honest, the audacity is crazy. Impersonating someone and feeling no remorse while you ruin their life.
All right, what's your real name?
Christina.
Christine?
Christina.
That's a whole new level of petty. Number 30. The owner's trap. This has to be one of my favorite clips on the internet. And I'm no thief, but if there's one thing I know, it's that you never hit the same establishment twice. But this guy clearly isn't a professional, as he's already stolen from this person several times. And now it's time to play a game. The owner lets him break in, but what he doesn't know is that he has an entire plan set out to torture this repeat offender. All these doors you see are trapdoors. They lead to nowhere, and there's even a speaker set up playing his voice as he watches this man struggle for his life. He goes nuts trying to break out, and as one door opens, another closes. It's hilarious. Finally, the cops show up and take this repeat thief in, sorting the owner's problems forever. Number 31. Hero shopkeeper fends off machete-wielding robbers. I would not want to be in this situation, folks. Being confronted by a robber with a machete, now that's some risky business. I'd just hand everything over, cause ain't no way I'm getting chopped up by that. But the guts of this shopkeeper, absolutely incredible. He quickly runs out, trapping both of these guys inside the store. And for a second, it seems like the robber might just get out, considering how he's wildly swinging that machete. But thankfully, there's a Samaritan outside who helps the shopkeeper hold the door shut. And while both these dangerous robbers managed to escape from the back door, they were caught later that week. Number 32. Hit of a button. I hate this entitled prick. This guy strolls in like he owns the place, and believe it or not, he'd do this every single day. He'd just waltz in, grab whatever he wanted, and walk out without paying a dime. But this owner has finally had it.
What kind of impact did that leave on you and your staff?
Drives me crazy. It takes a toll. For my employees, I don't want them confronting him physically. It's just not worth any potential bad result.
He installed a special kill switch that locks the door instantly. When the shopkeeper spots him walking in, he hits the switch, trapping him inside. And that's when this guy goes into a panic and he's trying to pull open the door, but when that doesn't work, he puts everything back and requests the owner to let him out. The cops are already on the way though, and while he's managed to break through the plexiglass, he was caught the same day and handed a jail sentence. Number 33. Trapping yourself. This woman didn't even need anyone to trap her. She just did it herself. She hid out at this store and waited for all the employees to leave so she could start her shoplifting spree.
After getting locked inside a store, police in Ohio say that this woman hid in the Kohl's dressing room until the store closed.
I got bad news for her though. They lock all doors before closing down, and this woman learns that the hard way. With no way to get out, she has to phone the cops to break her out. And in the process, she also turns herself in. This lady's worst nightmare is her own mind. Number 34. Purse thief meets his worst nightmare. This thief's tears bring a smile to my face. He gets on the bus and tries to steal this lady's purse, but after failing to do so, he pretends it was just a joke.
He tries to grab the front row passenger's purse. He acts like he was joking, but tries to grab it again.
Well, bud, no one's laughing. Before the bus gets going, he tries again, but guess what? He still can't get it. And that's when he meets his worst nightmare, this bus driver. He pulls out a metal rod and starts smacking this thief, possibly breaking his arm in the process as well. And what's even funnier is the drop-off location. Instead of just dropping him in the middle of the road, he rings up the police and tells them to meet him at the next stop. And it's a lovely handover as the cops escort this dumb thief right off the bus. I swear, thieves who can't even plan ahead deserve a special spot reserved for them in jail. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. What do you think? Have you ever seen a dumb criminal meet their worst nightmare? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more interesting content in the future. Thanks for watching and see you next time.